Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cyberpunk Red Ascendancy. My name's Cameron, I'm the referee for this game session, and I'm super excited for all of you to join us this evening. Joining me in top left is Ark, playing as Taharka the Fixer. In the bottom left we would have Blaze playing as our Netrunner, but for story reasons, she's not here with us today. The bottom right, we have Ben playing as Marco, our med techie. In the top right, we have Melissa playing as Metal, our nomad. Just like usual, pretty short intro. No announcements for us as of today, but we're really glad that you're joining us tonight amidst all the kind of United States turmoil that's going around. Without further ado, we're going to head into our game. So let's get into it. We open up just like normal, with the camera looking over the Night City skyline. But instead of where we usually start on the nighttime skyline, we're immediately going down into the daylight. We move towards the East Marina where we left our cyberpunks last week. But we don't go to them immediately. We go to one, Blaze, who uncharacteristically has run away from her netrunning deck. While everyone was together and talking about next moves and what was going to happen, Blaze just got up and ran. She didn't say anything to anyone, not even to Tarka. And the camera follows her as she runs between all the different shipping containers, dashes past all the dock workers, and into the streets, out of sight of her companions. The camera cuts, fades, and we return back to the group as Tarka's off looking around for her, for Blaze briefly. Metal's doing the same, but Marco decides to sit down with Blaze's netrunning kit and starts going through videos that Blaze had pulled up from the day's earlier events. Of course, Marco is going through like meme videos. Of course, the ever-present cats that come through on the internet and in any netrunner rig. But eventually Marco starts to see video of the last time we all met together. She sees Blaze up early in the morning talking with LaTroy, or a man that Marco's never seen. He's got deep chocolate caramel skin. He has a close cut hair, but he's starting to grow it out into his natural curls a little bit. And they're talking pretty excitedly about things. Then you look through the next video, and it's of you and Metal out in the waste, from the perspective of a car that's sitting over in the horizon, that's just watching. You watch Silverteeth drive up and get shot. And then you watch you and Metal drive away towards the city. What are you thinking as you're watching all this?
I think given that Blaze ran off, I think he would try to pay extra attention to what she and LaTroy were talking about.
Sure.
See if maybe there's some sort of reason. And then the moment he sees Silverteeth, it's just like crushing, like, fuck.
Yeah, and through this camera lens you definitely see it in more detail. From what you remember, you watched him go down a distance away, and you see the blood spurts, the kind of red mist that comes out of him as the flechettes just go through whatever armor he had. Unfortunately, there's no audio in the video of Blaze's apartment, so you're not able to hear anything. But soon after, you cut to the busy Night City street, and you see Taharka. going through the normal crowd, and then immediately pick up a phone, short conversation, and then turn and run and hide amongst the crowd. The next thing you know, he's talking with Blaze in her apartment, and eventually they start making their way out. Soon you see the video of you meeting up with you and Metal in your car, meeting up with them as they were walking the streets. And then you see video of them, of all of you, in the Joe's Diner, talking and learning about what happened the other night. Now you're here.
Hey, Metal.
Yeah.
How well did you know Silverteeth?
Not really well. He didn't really like me, to be honest. I'm not. I mean, it's not that he didn't like me. We just weren't close, you know.
I feel like we should not have let him go. Check out that car.
He would have done it anyway. I mean, I do feel bad for not telling him not to. But I know he would have checked it out anyway.
Yeah. You're right. It's like I come out here to try to help people, and one of the first people that needs like medical help is unhelpable.
Sometimes that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing kind of where we are and what's going on, I'm sure that's not going to be the last time someone needs your area of expertise.
Saharka, at this time you've gone over the pier and everything that you can feasibly do without just leaving the other two behind, and you cannot find Blaze at all. You eventually make your way back to the group and find them both pretty sullen.
I'm assuming that the smiling faces mean you didn't find anything either.
No. Was Blaze upset or something?
Blaze has her own stuff. And she tells me about some of it, but definitely not all of it. I was thinking that maybe whatever it is she ran from might be something that you saw there, but I don't know.
No, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Well, I guess the one thing that was weird is that we didn't really see much of any of the inside of her apartment, but I imagine that's some sort of security measure on her part.
Not much to see, honestly. It's an apartment. There's room for the people who live there, barely, and not much else. It's a place, to be sure, but it's not. It's no pie in the sky luxury home, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, even though she's gone, this is true. Even though she's gone, I feel like we need to make a decision about the bonfire.
Well, I don't think we have a choice. Whatever it is they ask us to do, we're going to have to for now. But I still think we should try and find our own jobs if we can. Just, if we can afford something that's close without necessarily being controlled by them, that might be a better option for us. But that's a big if. I mean, the thing about Union territory is we kind of have to be part of the Union.
I personally don't want that Callum guy chasing us down.
No, you don't.
It's fucking scary.
I don't know how much of that we would have to worry about, especially, I mean, Marco and I helped his parents, so I don't know how easily he would. I feel like he might give us a little bit of leeway, but I also don't want to chance it.
I mean, he looked completely unbothered when he dropped that Molotov last night, mind you.
He
So,
didn't know who we were, and it wasn't at us.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
I'm not saying we chance it. I'm just saying we have an in.
Yeah. Out of the frying pan into the fire.
The bonfire. I regret what I said.
You should.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I think we could use it. So where should we go? Blaze is gone for now. It seemed like she was the person they were most interested in because they don't have a net runner. So maybe we need to make like we know where she is and that she's coming back, or they might not want us.
I don't think that's a good idea. They know enough. And the same way you said we don't want Callum coming after us, we definitely don't want him going after her.
Especially
That's
if
what I
she's
mean.
alone. Yeah.
We shouldn't be saying like that we have no idea where she is. Like we should make
Of course not, but
we know, like cover for her.
I know what to do. I'll be all right.
At this
She's
point,
taking care of her own business.
At this point in your conversation, the dock workers have gotten closer to where you all, definitely in earshot by this point of your conversation. So probably a better time than never to get moving to make it seem like you're not taking too much time to think about something. So, with that said, you all gather up Blaze's net running stuff and whatever else she carried with her. So who's picking that up? You all taking a piece?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So with that, come on. Okay. Metal. You pick up something and a grungy little tennis ball with a camera inside of it floats in front of you. It goes and kind of spins around your head a little bit and then hovers in front of your face.
Does it look like, what does it look like to be doing? Just hanging out, or
Just looking at you. It came out of Blaze's stuff.
okay. So I have tech link, so I would be able to. I can control small machines and appliances. But I guess I'll just let it do its thing for right now and continue what I'm doing.
All it really does is follow all of you around and look at you, keep an eye, and every once in a while it makes a little like trumpet noise, like and otherwise is just an observer. Doesn't look like anything that was malicious or anything along those lines. And eventually, once Taharka sees this, Taharka recognizes this thing. Blaze calls it Gooby, and it's a very basic AI that it has a few functions, a little bit of a personality, but outside of that, it's a very basic sort of function. But eventually you all make it out into the East Marina Street. So where you headed? There's a few places you could go to Pier 3 Paradise. It's got a bunch of places. It's got a restaurant, kind of a social gathering area, as well as a bar. In addition, there's Weird Stuff, which is the hardware store that has gear from 20th and 21st century stuff. Early 21st century, I should say. As well as there's the ILLW hiring hall, the Union Hall, and a few other places that have other functions. Like there's a space rental place that's used for concerts, clandestine meetings, things like that. But outside of that, most of the other places are corporate offices for shipping companies and dock workers. Anything catch any of your eyes?
I think we were gonna go into Weird Stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
I remember something along those lines. How does everyone else feel about that?
Sure.
Yeah. You make your way over to Weird Stuff. It's got that kind of very stereotypical, almost late 90s neon light sign out front. Looks like it hasn't had proper maintenance or fixing up in years. So it's flickering, all the stuff. It eventually goes on to say Word Stuff, or the E sometimes loses some of its little legs, so it's just like two eyes and weird and things like that. You make your way in, and it looks like almost like what a record store would look like. But it's all filled with microchips, motherboard pieces of old pistons, everything along those lines. And in the back corner, there's kind of a rusty looking old man. He looks up and says, "Oh, hey, come on in. Hey, I haven't seen any people like you in a long time. You're all newbies. You usually get just the regular union folk around here looking to fix up machines." And as you get closer, this guy has a rust-colored hair that is starting to be dominated by silver and deep gray strands of hair. He's got a kind of a paper-colored skin tone, and his eyes look like they're way too bloodshot for someone his age. He's got a wiry mustache on his upper lip, and amongst his hair you see coming from over his shoulder is a rat tail. And he's got a name tag, which the rat tail kind of sits on, that says Pack Rat. What can I interest you all in? You looking for some replacement parts? You looking to upgrade as much as I can? I don't have much, but I can do anything, and I can look.
I was gonna see if you had any maybe like spare parts in case my hand needs repairs.
Oh, when'd you get it? How long ago? But that looks like is that a? Let me see. Can I see? He kind of
Yeah, he'll
reaches
stick his hand out.
Yeah, he takes out a little. He's got a pocket on his the right side of his shirt, and he's kind of wearing like a almost looks like a mechanic's shirt, halfway between a mechanic shirt and a bowling shirt. It's got a little nice design on it, kind of a few bands across his torso. But he pulls it out and he starts poking your hand a little bit, very end of Empire Strikes Back Star Wars, where he's trying to get reactions out of your hand. And eventually he opens it up, and your fingers collapse open. Is that right? Yeah, they kind of pull back, very Inspector Gadget like, and have all these little screwdrivers and scalpels and things in there for med stuff. And he says, "Whoa, wow, was this a custom job?"
Yeah, I got it a couple of years back.
Oh, wow, it's in good condition. It even looks like your hand. That's crazy. Yeah, I can look up got some minor pistons and things like that I can get for you. I got them in the shop. They're not too much. probably run you about 35 eddies.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. And he kind of scuttles over to the back and picks out a few of those parts, puts them in a nice little container, and brings them back to you and says, "Yeah, wait, I didn't catch your names. I'm Pack Rat. It's nice to meet you."
Oh, sorry. I'm Marco.
Nice to meet you, Marco.
I'm Metal.
Oh, like
MEDL.
oh, stylish. That makes sense.
Well, wait, why does it make sense?
Well, it says the same. It's the same sound as metal, but it's uses the D's and the TA. And that's
I
like
mean, it's my initials. But so I just thought maybe you knew my name, but
Oh no, it just sounds cool. It sounds like metal, and I like metal things. So
I do
put them
too.
together. There you go. That's a great name. Nice to meet you. I'm Pack Rat.
yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah. And Pack Rat. This is the moment that you all notice that Pack Rat is very short. He's about 5'1", and he just kind of looks up at Taharka and is just like, "What's your name?"
I had a question. Have you seen a girl, maybe around your height, came in here a little bit earlier?
No.
Shame about that. Okay.
Yeah. During the day, we don't get a lot of folks. At the night, though, all of the kids come in here and they like flick through all the motherboards, looking for something. I don't know if they're trying to make computers. Do kids make computers anymore? I feel like an old man, older than I look too. But yeah, no, I haven't seen anyone come in. I would tell you if I had seen anyone, but it's it's just not. No, I haven't seen anyone.
No problem. I appreciate it. And for the record, kids still build computers.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I'll have to stock up on some parts. But
Yeah.
yeah. Are the three of you new in town? Or are you on a job? You looking for that girl? You want me to keep an eye out and spot me some eddies, and I can get the old peepers on stuff, you know?
Yeah. I think that's not a bad idea.
Maybe 10 eddies. Keep an eye out. If you're going to be in the area, I'll look for you.
Marco will put 10 eddies on the counter immediately.
Yeah. Pack Rat really quickly puts them in his pocket away and is just like, yeah, great. Well, thanks for your business.
Hey, before we go, Pack Rat,
Yeah.
I like your shop.
Thanks.
It's a nice place.
Wow. That's really nice. I appreciate that. A lot of folks don't say that. Well, you all can come by anytime. Oh, yeah. He reaches up and shakes your hand. He's a small man, so he's got smaller hands, and your hands kind of envelop his, and he's just like, oh, wow.
And I'm Taharka.
Whoa. Well, it's nice to meet you, Taharka. I'm Pack Rat.
I actually, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
Do you have homing tracers here, or
I have
would
parts.
I have to go somewhere else?
I have parts for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go rustle some up for you. He goes off and starts going through an assortment of different bins, and while he's busy, you all look around, and it's this place would be very retro in its feel. It definitely feels like a Blockbuster mixed with a kind of computer tech store. You see that there's a door in the back that goes to what looks like a break room, the bathroom, and places like that. And then you see that front door. three of you make perception checks for me. Remember, that's with the perception skill and then your intelligence attribute.
$15.
Okay.
14.
17.
Oh. Metal, you...
Oh, is it visual or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's visual.
Oh, so 18 then.
Okay, awesome. So eventually you're sitting around waiting for Packrat to get the things for you. And you look out to the street just kind of idly. And you see two kind of bulkier individuals pushing someone into one of the alleys between the large warehouses that make up a lot of this street. And then you don't see them anymore. They just disappear into the alley.
Oh, just me or everybody?
Just you. You're the only one that sees that.
Okay, then I'll try to let them know what I see.
What's up?
There's they're pushing someone into an alleyway.
Pushing who?
Just someone.
All right. Stay here, get your stuff. If Packrat asks, I'm taking a walk around the block, stretch my legs. And Taharka will kind of slowly make his way to the door and see if he can notice anything else.
Yeah, and with your roll from before and going outside, you look across the street and you see at the end of the alleyway that there's two people standing over someone who's now on their back on the ground. And the two that are standing aren't really doing anything violent from this distance. It looks like they're talking at this moment, but it's definitely a power imbalance.
Is there like an angle that he could walk at that would give him a view of who's on the floor?
You could cross the street and definitely get a better vantage. You're going to the back of these two people that are standing up, so you definitely be able to get in there without being seen pretty easily.
Okay, then he'll do that then.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check real quick. While you're doing that, Packrat kind of scuttles over with all the things that Metal asked for and hands them in a nice little cardboard container. Just like, well, I got some parts you'll need a cogitator before you can really install anything like that. But I just don't have that kind of high quality tech in this place. So you'll have to just like you'll have to go somewhere more expensive. But if you need any of like the smaller replacement parts, you can always come back here.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks like you're down one, but I know you all are working, on busy folks. So if you ever need anything, come back. Maybe we'll go get some lunch together, and it'll be a good time.
That sounds nice.
All right. Well, you can come back to weird stuff anytime, and where we cater to the strange. And I always forget the tagline, but anytime.
Thanks, Packrat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he goes back behind the counter, and you all make your way outside, and you see, by the time you exit the door, you see Taharka schmoove into the alleyway. What'd you get on that roll again, Taharka?
That was not super high. That was only a 9.
Okay. Yeah, as you're going, you get close, and you eventually see that both of the individuals that are standing over they have the same leather jacket on, different styles cut into it and anything, and on the shoulders they have metal pieces kind of jutting through the leather. Almost looks like some eccentric cybernetic attachments, and they have a hammer, a fist holding a hammer, and kind of stylized movement lines coming from the hammer. And you know that insignia from the Maelstrom game. And in that moment, you kick a garbage can by accident as you're moving. Not a very loud sound, but definitely enough for the two of them to turn. In that moment, you see their gnarled faces of their implants. One of them has 3 what looks like neon lights on his face. One that goes from the top of his nose up to the his hairline, and the other from where the eyes would be, and they go up. And it's just this metal plate with 3 glowing neon lines. And instead of stubble, here he's got patches of little metal plates that look sporadic and kind of like stubble, but definitely not something that's conventionally attractive, even in Night City. The other person is looks a little bit androgynous. They have most of their face is cybernetic, so it's hard to place them on any sort of binary. But they have the only part of their face that is organic is their mouth and jaw, and you can see their lower lip, and it's just covered in different piercings and studs and rings. And it looks like they have oil that seeps down from the kind of line of the cybernetics that just covers their face. And the one with the 3 neon lights on his face says, "Hey, get out of here, you union scum. Where you got one of your boys?"
Hey, listen to me. If that's that schmuck Kevin, he owes me a drink. And he'll just kind of try and fake it like he's drunk and stumbled into the wrong alley.
Okay, all right. I'm assuming you're deceiving or using deception.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that for me.
And I know where deception is. I don't know where deception is. Is it? Do we have deception as a separate skill?
I believe so. So it
There's...
Under
Persuasion is under cool. There's no. It doesn't look like there's deception.
I think it's a different name, but it is definitely a cool skill.
Okay. Well, here's hoping it's something that I'm good at.
Yeah, it is persuasion. It is persuasion.
Okay.
It falls under.
So then that's 16.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. He says, fucking union drunks. Fucking. And he turns back to go continue working on his target, but the other Maelstrom starts to stride towards you. And they have as they get closer, you notice that their bulky torso isn't from their cybernetic or even natural frame. It's from the weapons and guns they have under their vest. And they come and they push you. They're like, "Get out of here, you fucking union bag."
He will take the shove and let himself fall backwards.
Okay, like a stumble
and
back?
just kind of like, yeah, and just like, and then slowly get up.
Yeah. By the time... go ahead.
During that exchange, was Taharka able to see the person in the alley?
A little bit, yeah. It looks like a dock worker. Someone that was on their break, and they've just picked him up.
Can we see... Would we be able to see this at this point?
I was just about to say, yeah, you've all... the two of you have crossed the street at this point, and as you're doing so, you see Taharka get pushed over. And you also see along the street, you see similar people to these two Maelstrom in the alley. All people all along the pier avenue, all really studded up with cybernetics that are ostentatious. They're large, they're glowing, and it seems like almost like a cult sort of thing. Like to be a Maelstrom, you have to be cybernetic up. And so you see Taharka get pushed down, and this Maelstrom stand looming over him.
Do they have a lot of pockets?
It looks like they might. You can also clearly see that they're packing a lot of heat. So you can assume that they might have a good amount of pockets.
Okay.
Taharka will just kind of like flip over and just like kind of continuing to pretend that he's drunk, just kind of stumble back to his feet and like sway off like away from the alley.
Yeah, unfortunately one of the that Maelstrom that had pushed you down grabs the back of your coat and says, "I said get out of here," and shoves you again towards the alley. And then that's when they meet eyes with Metal and Marco. What are you fucking scum doing here?
How many of the Maelstrom people can we see along the avenue?
Along the avenue, at least 10, not including the people in the alleyway.
And
Do we
Taharka
know?
got shoved away from the alley or into?
Away.
Do we know how they got here? Like, do we know if they had like vehicles here or motorcycles or?
Roll me a perception real quick to see if you can see anything.
Okay, that is 22.
Oh yeah, you see that there is kind of looks like a modified APC that's at the end of the street, on the street that you actually came in on. It's close to the place that you actually found parking. But it looks like a mixture between an old German half-track and a Chevy truck from the early 21st century. And it's got the Maelstrom logo painted all over the side. It's got Die Lefty Scum on it as well. And it's overall looks like a battle wagon sort of situation. So that's definitely how they showed up here.
So what do we know about this group? Like,
Go ahead
if we
and
recognize
do you
the
have
symbols.
local expert as a skill at all?
Well, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a local expert.
So that is 14.
You know about the Maelstrom. You know that they've had a change in leadership recently, but you don't know any too much details about that. They are really into cybernetics. They're an amalgamation of a few different gangs that had recently got absolutely destroyed from violating gang treaties and also just being destroyed in gang wars. But they're really focused on cybernetics and improving themselves more. But this change in leadership that you know of has changed their outward actions a lot. But that's the extent that you know about them.
Okay. And he said, "What are you looking at?" Or what did he say?
What are you scumbags doing here?
Oh. Just came to get our friend. Looked like some problems, so we will just get out of your hair.
Fucking better. Don't let me see you again. Yeah?
Sure. I mean, Not if I see you first. And then I'll try to like help Taharka like away.
Okay. They don't follow to they kind of if they could squint with all the kind of gear that is on their face and with a closer look at them, they've got almost like bug eyes of little kind of eye outlets all over their forehead and on the side and everything. And they turn and they head back to the end of the alleyway, where at this point you see the other one just really kicking that one Union member while he's down on the ground. And Taharka is back up on his feet at the end of the alleyway.
Man, are we just gonna fucking let them do that?
Oh. So how many
Give me a hand.
yeah. Helping walk.
Mm-hmm.
But how many did we see like there are people like a large group of them that aren't in the alleyway?
Yeah, you saw at least 10 that were just on the street, not including the 2 in the alley that you saw. So
And
this
can they
is...
see the alleyway from where
No.
they are? Or it's kind of far away?
The way that the street is built is it's kind of just a straight avenue, and the piers are all lined up along that. Well, the old warehouses. So in between one of the old warehouses is the alleyway that you're in. So you can see all of the other alleyways, but you can't see into them from the place you are right now.
Okay, so yeah, helping Taharka, and then we can kind of regroup.
And
see.
outwardly, he'll just kind of, I had too much. And then drop his head and say, pretend I'm drunk.
Yeah.
No more jokes.
Got it. What the fuck do we do?
Just keep moving.
Who's that they're kicking the shit out of?
Keep moving.
Where are you moving to? Where are you going?
A different alleyway, I guess.
Why not the diner?
Or the diner. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so you can start head toward Joe's diner. Before we go down that rabbit hole, though, that is right near their vehicle.
Okay.
It's kind of across the street from it.
Did it and weird stuff wasn't, because we came out of weird stuff. And
Yeah,
was
weird
closer to the alleyway.
Weird stuff is not near Joe's diner. Joe's diner is kind of at the corner of this kind of district, and weird stuff is down the street a little bit.
So maybe should we go back to weird stuff and talk to Pack Rat?
It's an idea. Whatever we're doing, move quick.
Marco.
Fine.
Okay. So getting back to weird stuff, I would want to describe the person that is in the alleyway and see who that was.
Sure. Yeah.
And see if Pack Rat has a way of like calling the diner or someone.
Yeah. So you make your way back in, and you're carrying Taharka, and Packrat's like, What happened? You weren't gone for more than a few minutes.
Yeah, and that's all it takes to get into trouble. Don't worry, I'm fine. Metal filament. Marco, I think we should talk.
So there is someone getting beaten up by a group known as the Maelstrom. They're like a gang, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know who it is. We thought you might know, and then might know how to get them help. It looks like there's about 10 people out there, so we weren't sure if we should get involved, just us, or if we could, get a larger group.
If it's the Maelstrom, we kind of got to keep our heads down a little bit. The only one around here that can really do anything is Callum. there's only one of him. 10? That's so many. Um, I guess we can call the union. I mean, Mike's pretty good, but Maelstrom, ooh. And
We'll start there.
the union. Oh, okay. And Pack Rat will run over to a phone, and plug it into the side of his head behind his ear, and he'll sit and start talking on the phone. Taharka and Marco, you wanted to talk.
Put a hand on Marco's shoulder. Kid, we gotta talk.
I'm listening.
The only reason I went into that alley was to make sure it wasn't Blaze. We don't even know if we want to hang around here, honestly. So I'm not planning to get myself tangled up in any of their mess. A union like this doesn't get to be where they are without making some enemies, and I don't want to make their enemies my enemies, if you catch my drift.
Well, won't they
maybe
be
if
our
it was
enemies?
one-
Won't they be our enemies if we do work for them anyway?
They could be and they couldn't be. It's a balancing act. But more importantly, the only balancing act I would have been doing if I went in there and tried to do anything would be getting hit from the left and hit from the right. Both of them are juiced up, ironed over. Nothing I was going to be able to do. And there's no way for me to get any help from you without letting the rest of their friends know. So, pick your battles. Doesn't mean we won't help anyone. But if we kill ourselves, no one's going to do anything, right?
Yeah.
All right.
After that short little conversation, you hear Pack Rat on the phone, just like, hey, yeah, hello, it's Paul, Pack Rat, down on Weird Stuff. Is Mike, is Rice Street there? Yeah, right, Rice. Could I talk to him? Okay, thanks. Hey, Mike, sorry, Rice Street, the Maelstrom's here again. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got... No. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Mike. He takes the plug out of his head again and looks at all of you and says, Mike said to hunker down. You can't do anything about it, okay? He said to stay safe. He's gonna put a call to the bonfire and Callum and see if there's anything they can do. We don't have too much for protection out here. We don't have many Union guys left, so we want to keep them safe, you know? Yeah.
Well, that one in the alleyway is definitely not safe right now.
Oh, no.
Do you know who that is from the description? And so then I'll give a description.
Yeah, no, I don't know everyone. Sorry. Maybe go find Callum. He's probably in Pier 3 somewhere. It's usually where he hangs out. Either that or he's out of the district. I'm not sure. It's at this point that the door opens to Weird Stuff, and 3 Maelstrom walk in. Each of them have scattered cybernetics all over their face and their hands and arms. Some of them even have, you can see the metal knuckles that have replaced the bones in their hands jutting out, and all of them have like different sort of accented lighting. Looks like they all have different capabilities. Some of them have knuckles, like electricity that crackles between them a little bit. One of them has spikes on their left shoulder that seem to put a balance in their gait. But from your eye of different cybernetics, you can tell that put some different abilities in there as well. And they look around and just like, there's some nice stuff in here. We gotta tell the whole group of this place. And they immediately start to rifle through all the kind of bins of different like assorted things and start putting it into bags to take it with them. And they don't even look at Pack Rat or any of you. They just start taking.
How far is the vehicle that, or their vehicles, the one that I had seen earlier?
Yeah, it's about a half a block away.
Is that where most of them are?
They
Or
were all
is it-
kind of scattered throughout the street. It looks like, just from what you were seeing, that they're here to cause trouble.
Okay. Is there anyone near that vehicle? Like, could I go over and like look at the car without too much?
You'd have to head outside, past the 3 Maelstrom that just came in, and get a look again. The last time you saw, you didn't really have too much notice, eyes on how many were exactly around it or anything like that.
Okay.
Does it look like they're wearing, like they have body armor integrated into themselves?
It looks like, yeah, it definitely does. If they don't have body armor integrated into their cybernetics, they're wearing armor or leather jackets at least. So they were prepared for a scrap if anyone showed up. Pack Rat's just not saying anything while they're rifling through everything, and they're taking a good portion of things. And just from all of your eyes, it's some pricey parts. What do you want to do?
Hey, Pack Rat, you said you got some. You have a bathroom in the back there, right? You mind if I use it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. And Pack Rat kind of opens up the desk, the counter for you, and you're able to go back into the employee. It's a small lounge, maybe the size of what would normal be a large bathroom, and then you see the bathroom door off in the corner. There is also a door that leads out.
Okay.
There's a
as
door in the
soon
back,
as-
you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as Taharka gets past out of the shop section, he'll immediately pull his gun from the right side and just start putting the silencer on it.
Okay. What are Marco and Metal doing?
I do not know what I'm doing. I'm kind of waiting to see what Taharka does.
Yeah, I think Marco, like, very, like, without moving too much, his eyes are following Taharka. He sees Taharka start putting the silencer on, and he's just having a face journey, like.
Mm-hmm. So, Taharka, once you get in the back, where are you headed?
He will say, "Hey, Pack Rat, does this work the way it's supposed to?" And call him, and like he'll call him back.
Yeah, I don't know. And he comes in the back and looking around, just like, oh, you're not even in the bathroom. What's going on?
Whatever happens, stay back here.
Oh man, okay.
I'm gonna try and keep it quiet, but be ready to run.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Like I said, it's a nice shot.
Thanks.
And Taharka will kind of cautiously stow the gun and try and see if he can circle around to the front of the store.
Sure. So how are you walking there? Are you walking around, just around the edge, or are you walking straight towards it?
Kind of walking around the edge, trying to get one last look to see how many others are in the vicinity before he does anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception on that.
13.
Okay. You can see out the window as you circle around. There's a few in the distance, but nothing huge. Not like a huge number that are nearby. It seems like they're all picking a spot and going to town.
Taharka will finish circling around to the front door, and then he'll kind of step in and just give a nod to Metal and Marco.
Okay.
Okay, I think when he sees that, Marco will reach into his pockets with both hands and make sure that he's got his brass knuckles on.
Okay.
And Metal's gonna kind of back towards the door, I think, the back door, or towards the hallway, wherever she saw Tarka go. She's assuming there's a door back there since he got out somehow.
Yeah. You start heading back there. All right. So we're kind of in this time slow moment where Tarka's in the front of the store, Metal's heading toward the back, and Marco's just starting to reach. So who's gonna act first?
So Taharka will keep his gun hidden and kind of say, like, "Hey man, is that your truck with the flat?"
You see all three look around and they're just like, flat. Roll me a persuasion real quick.
21.
Yeah, they're like, flat, what the fuck? And they all pile out of the store. They kind of almost run into each other as they're leaving the front. And they run out towards the truck. They all leave.
And Taharka will step back in and he'll hit the lock and say, "Pack rat, shut this place down. If you got a front gate, close it."
Okay. And Packrat scurries out from the back and unlocks the front door and jumps up, grabs the metal grate, pulls it down, locks it and everything. All before any of them could even look back or notice that what was going on.
How much stuff did they take with them?
They took a lot. They took probably at least 200 eddies worth. He's out of business for probably like a day. Oh, well, that could have gone real bad. I'm real glad the three of you were here. I don't know what to do anymore with these guys. They come around every so often, and sometimes there's a fight. Callum leads some of the union workers to go beat them up. Sometimes people get killed on both sides, but this is the first time in a while that no one's been around.
What are they going to do when they realize that their truck's just fine? They're going to come back here, right?
Could have been a different
yeah.
truck. Maybe the truck's gone now. I actually was thinking of trying to get a tracker on one of their cars.
Oh, well,
Just
I
to
mean,
see where they're going.
yeah, that would make sense. I don't know where they hang out, but it would be good to know.
And then, I mean, we could at least know where all that stuff is that they stole and let maybe Callum know. The problem, though, is because they do have so many cybernetics, they might be able to tell that they are bugged.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
Blaze was here.
Well, I don't want the three of you to get any more danger, so you can head out the back if you want. I can. The gate's locked down, so everything should be okay.
All right. Do you live here or do you live someplace else?
Oh, I live someplace else, but I'll stay in the shop until they don't usually stay past sundown. So
All right.
So you all start making your way out the back door. And you find your way to kind of converging on the two alleys that surround the warehouse that weird stuff is in. So you can either head towards the pier where you started things, or back out towards the avenue. So seems like y'all are in a kind of a rock and a hard place sort of situation. And you're gonna have to. You can sit and wait, and hope they don't come back here, or try and do something. What are y'all feeling?
I think Marco would want to go try to see if that union worker that they were beating up on is still alive. Or if they're still working on beating him up.
Yep. About Metal and Taharka.
I want to go see what's going on with the car situation, since my car is kind of parked by theirs.
Sure. Taharka.
Taharka wants nothing to do with this, but is willing to support either of them, both of them, whichever way they go. So,
All right. So the three of you start making your way back out to the street, and all three of you roll a stealth for me.
$13.
18.
12.
You're all moving pretty sneakily. And you all start to cross the street, various reasons heading towards the truck, their car, and the alleyway where you last saw the that one union worker. And while you're in the middle of the road crossing, you see kind of a strange sight walking towards you. You can clearly tell he's a Maelstrom. He's got arms that are bulked up with cybernetics. They look almost like a comical imitation of the physique of the Rock of modern day. But that seems to be the only thing that is really amped up for this guy. But what the weird thing is, he's got like a pot on his head. It's tilted off to the angle, and it's like a handle pot. Looks like classic aluminum or tin make. Just like, well, I know these three. You're just who I was looking for. Now, why don't you, stop worrying what you're doing, and you can come with me, and we'll have a little bit of a chat. Huh?
Why would we do that?
How far are we from the car?
about a quarter
From
of a
Metal's
block.
car, I should say.
Mel's car, yeah. It's about a quarter of a block. You're parked off street, actually kind of close to where their truck is. Yeah, it seems we got a few people that are interested in all three of you. And normally we love coming over here to bash some lefty heads in. You know, unions are where poor folks that can't get any worthwhile work go for. But, someone's got a special eye for the three of you. Oh, don't worry about your little girlie. She's with us too. So why don't you complete the set and come with me and it'll all be fine. And, the more time that he's talking, the more Maelstrom start to come out and come closer. By the way, my name's Johnathan. Johnathan Appleseed. I'm sure you've met some of my Maelstrom already. But, like I said, I think it's time you come with me, huh?
But why?
Oh, well, you know, we can atomize your legs for you and just kind of pick you up and take you with us.
Does Taharka think that they actually have Blaze?
Roll me a human empathy.
I think that's an 18.
Hey, this guy's pretty open about things, and it sounds like they do. Well, I know it's nerve-wracking to talk to the real Johnny Appleseed and his Maelstrom, but you don't got as much time as it takes a tree to grow. You only got a few seconds, maybe a minute, before we either make you come with us or you just come and be nice and all that.
Ow, do you want us to come with you? Follow you?
Yeah. We don't need to rough you up or anything like that. Folks want you all nice and unharmed.
Who's folks?
You don't even know that. So you need to answer my question if you're coming with us nice and peace-like, or we gotta rough you up a little bit. Which I warned the folks that it might happen. Maybe even dead is better, but, you know, we'll see. All depends on your answer. You gonna help me grow a tree together? Rebuild this nation? Or, do I have to reap what I will sow?
I guess you're leading the way.
Smart head on this lefty. Let's, why don't y'all come follow me? And he turns around and starts heading towards the truck. And, about 8 or so, actually, 8 Maelstrom kind of circle you and make sure that you're headed towards the truck as well.
So we're getting in their truck or my vehicle?
That would be their truck. They don't know you have a vehicle. So you all walking with them? You're not going, Marco?
I don't think the boy would go. I think he would stay fucking put and be seething and shaking and angry.
Okay.
We'll follow you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. My Maelstrom will make sure of that. I'll see you at the truck. And he kind of adjusts the pot on his head and heads there, and you're all buffeted by these Maelstrom that are all looking at you. Come on.
Just count to 60. We'll be ready then.
All right. I'll stay here and make sure my my Maelstrom don't hurt you or anything like that. Just a common courtesy thing, since you're being peaceable and all that.
Much appreciated.
He kind of looks at his palm, open like there's a clock on it. He's just waiting. So you've got 60
Marco.
seconds. What's going on?
Marco,
Nope.
do you have a death wish? Marco, I am pretty sure that Appleseed could quite literally rip us in half with his bare hands. I don't think we have much of a choice. Metal?
Would I have been able to, like, would I have been able to do what I was planning on doing, like putting a bug on the car when we were coming out?
No, because you haven't been near their car.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
But we're
about to
walking
be.
there now.
You're not walking right now, because Marco's staying put. And you've been given 60 seconds.
Okay.
And are they still between us and Metal's car?
Johnny is the 8 Maelstrom that came with him. Are kind of splayed almost in like a horseshoe around you, so that you don't run the opposite way.
So I kind of want to like continue walking and walk towards the vehicle, so that I can be near it and maybe like lean and try to, if I see an opening, do what I'm planning.
Well, yeah, I mean they're trying to put you in the car to take you away.
Yeah.
So does Metal start walking towards the car?
It's next to my car too, right?
It's close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Metal starts walking. So Marco and Taharka are just still standing there.
Makes you so sure that they're not gonna fucking kill us the moment they get us out of here.
Absolutely nothing.
Then why
But
not go down
also-
fighting?
When we get to the car, if we're playing nice, it'll be easier for us to just roll out.
I'm also, while this is happening, I want to engage my speedwear.
Okay.
So I have to say something under my breath and then it will activate.
Sure. So what do you say for that to go?
Let's jam.
Come on and slam. And we'll go to the gym.
So what speedwear do you have in there?
So it's the reflex.
Okay,
boost,
the reflex
I-
boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you pop that on as you're walking. And at this time, Johnny turns around and says, "Oh, we've got one good follower of the Maelstrom way." And he yells back at Marco and Taharka, "Are y'all two gonna walk? Or do my Maelstrom gotta make you?" Okay, all right. Metal, by this time, you're pretty close to that truck. You're not, Jonathan's standing by it and kind of got his arms crossed and he's watching all of you. You're maybe 5 feet away from him at this point, which means you're about 5.5 away from their truck. Yeah, you can stop right there, ma'am. Gotta keep you good distance just so there's no funny business. I hope you understand that.
Thought you wanted us to get in your truck.
Yeah, I want you to get in the truck all together. So we're gonna wait for your friends back there. Marco, what are you thinking? What's Marco going through right now?
He's thinking about how this is just like when he was attacked by cops back in KC. It's a very similar layup situation. Come peacefully and nothing bad will come to you, but then all hell broke loose. Like, this is not going to go well, and he does not think that it's worth it to even try to play nice.
Yeah.
Taharka, I don't know what you think they're going to fucking do to us, but they're not going to let us get in Metal's car. I know there's more of them, but I'm not going to fucking die by their hand in the comfort when they're in their comfort zone. Fuck that shit.
How many of them look like they have firearms or might have some sort of firearm like implants?
Roll a perception for me real quick. Roll me a perception and a stealth.
The stealth is a 14 and the perception is an 18.
You get a good look at most of them, and you see that you would say about 80% of them, so 6 of them are packing some guns. And then as your eyes kind of clandestinely swipe over the whole group, one of them catches your eye and is just, hey, got any funny business in your head? Or is it just all flesh? There's a kind of like grim chuckle amongst the Maelstrom.
I was trying to see the guy's clock to make sure we had enough time. I asked for a minute, man.
Fine. Hurry up. Metal, you're gonna try to make a move? You're
I
pretty
was
close
just trying
that
to
truck.
like be
Yeah.
cool and like lean like
cool.
with
Okay.
him. So it's like, okay, we're going. Like, I'm just waiting too, kind of thing. Like, not.
Okay. Yeah. I want to make you roll for that, but I'm not sure what to make you roll. Let's see. You're gonna need.
There's a conversation roll.
Yeah, I think it'll be persuasion. Yeah, because that uses cool. I'll let you use persuasion to kind of persuade that you're. Yeah.
That is so. Wait, is that a? It's a 9. 13.
Okay.
Not horrible, but
Yeah, you lean, and Johnny looks at you and nods before his attention goes back to the other two. So, what are you placing a tracker? Is that what you're doing?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, where are you stowing it?
So if there's the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So you're
like a
kind
truck.
of you're leaning towards on the almost like the hood, essentially.
Oh, okay, so we're not like at the back of the truck, we're at the front.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I want to try to put it like in the grill, kind of,
Okay.
where I don't think it'll fall out, but like just as I'm leaning, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me a stealth so that while you're leaning, your hand just falls to your side and slides it in that grill.
Okay, let me see if I have anything. Okay. Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. 19.
Right. Yeah. You're pretty confident that no one's seeing you do that, and you just pop that tracker in that truck and continue to wait. And that camera sits as we watch Metal's hand pop in that grill and just angles a little bit, and we still see Marco holding his spot. Tarka, you were going to
This
say
is
something.
waiting, guys. Let's get the show on the road. Hey, do you think we could follow you in my car? I mean, there's so many of you.
Nice try. No. We'll find your car and we'll drive it to where we're going. Don't worry about
You're
that.
not going to be able to.
Well, then we'll trash it.
Why?
Don't you worry about that.
It's not even here, man. Like, we'd have to go get it.
That's fine. We'll still trash it. Marco and Tarka.
Marco? Are you ready for this?
Ready as I'm ever gonna be. I'm not dying in the back of that truck.
Taharka will pull out his pistol, his pistol, and just shoot the nearest guy in the leg.
All right. Roll to hit him.
And okay.
That is a firearms. Range weapons. Marksmanship. There we go.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. Yeah. It hits him. Roll that damage. You're real
That
close.
is-
You're definitely within 12 meters, so you hit that AC that defender value.
I think that's the right. I think it's 2d6 for that one. I think it's 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah, if it's
I think it's 6.
you got a heavy pistol, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's 3d6.
So, maybe it's a medium pistol. It is a Federated Arms.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's a 2d6.
Yeah. Okay. So I rolled 5. I don't remember. I didn't write down if there's a plus to it.
Yeah, no, there is not. That's okay. This Maelstrom hits the ground. You hit what looks like the artery in his leg, and he's down. He's down for the count. At this point, Marco, Taharka, I need you, and Metal, I need you to roll up some initiative for me, which is your roll your d10,
Okay.
and then your reflex, and I believe. Let me just.
Reflex.
Mm-hmm.
Like straight reflex.
Let me find the exact one for you. It's your reflex plus 1d10. Yeah.
Okay.
I got 13.
Okay.
12.
So because of my boost thing,
Yeah.
so I would add 3 on top of that at
Yes,
this
you would.
point.
Yep.
Okay. So that is reflex is 9, 16 plus 3, so 19.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna roll 2 there. All right, Metal, you with your kind of synapse, that cybernetic implant you have just like pulsing through that right side of your head, you're able, you see Taharka take that shot and down that one Maelstrom, and you're able to act first. What are you doing? You're right next to Johnny, and you're definitely, I would say, about 50 to 100 meters away from the rest of the Maelstrom. So what are you doing?
Okay, so we have so our turn is a move action and a basic action.
Yep.
Okay. So I want to, how far away am I from my car?
You
Pretty
would have
close?
to, no, you'd have to run into the parking garage and everything. It's a little
Oh,
bit
okay.
of a,
I thought I was near where
No.
I was near where they were parked.
not too near. You're closer than you were coming out of weird stuff, but you're not like right there.
Okay, so I will. I'm going to try to get as far away from this guy as possible, but not running towards the rest of the Maelstrom.
So you're running towards your car.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to use your action to sprint?
For my action, I want to. I'll attack two. I'll attack while I'm going.
Sure, you're gonna shoot
So-
like run and gun essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So roll to hit him. So that's your reflex, your marksmanship skill, and a D10.
I'm gonna try to hit wherever I feel like will do the most damage on Johnny because he's the
Right. So are you
leader.
aiming for the head?
What? Yeah. What does that? Well,
So-
first, what would that change?
That would do double damage
Mm-hmm.
once it gets through armor, and you'll get a -6 penalty to your roll.
-6. Okay.
And so your DC to hit him right now is 15 because he's real close to you.
Okay. And then it.
It
With-
doubles any damage you do.
So with the plus, I mean, with the -6
Mm-hmm.
to my, I still have to make it above 15, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I will give it a shot.
Let's do it.
So that is 23.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. So,
I have really high dex.
so roll damage for me real quick.
Okay, so that is. Oh. Sorry, I gotta get dice out.
You're all good.
Okay. So that is 10, 12, 18 damage.
So he doesn't have the biggest armor. So 16 damage gets through. So
And
with
so I was 18, but I didn't double it.
right. So the damage gets doubled once it gets through armor. So Johnny's
Okay.
only wearing a pot on his head. He doesn't have anything else. So that takes 2 damage off. So 16 gets through. That's what gets doubled. So you just dealt 32 damage to this man's head. So describe to me how you kill this man.
I say, so I want to have like started to get away from him and then turn and just shoot because I'm trying to hurt him, but I don't necessarily think I'm going to hit. So once I do hit and I obviously see that it's bad,
Mhm.
I'm going to be shocked at first and then I'm be like, that's for talking shit about my car.
Yeah, you book it as Johnny starts to reel from one of his Maelstrom getting down. And he starts to move, and you move at the same time, ducking behind him, and only as you passed him and you get to that sidewalk, you pull out your gun, you level it, let loose, the recoil like bounces up very cinematically in your arm, and we follow the camera follows the bullet as it spins through the air, and we get a perfect picture of that metal of that pot just splitting apart, making that perfect bullet hole as it goes right through and just explodes out the other side as we get all the ichor and the gray matter of Johnathan Appleseed splatter across the ground as the leader of the Maelstrom just stumbles on the ground. Your words of your comeback fall on deaf ears because that man is dead.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, you keep running. Marco, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Did we see that?
Oh yeah, you saw that. The Maelstrom saw that. You just see that in that kind of split second of Taharko taking the shot, downing that one man, and metal just absolutely destroying this Johnny's head. In that split second, you're ready to go. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, he hit. I think that as the gunshot went off from Taharka, his he was already pulling out his Uzi, and he would kind of swing around and shoot at the nearest guy.
Oh shit! So are you doing? You've got an Uzi, so you can do suppressive fire. You can do a 3-run burst, or you just shooting.
I don't know about suppressing fire, just since Metal hasn't come with the car yet. I think he would just be shooting at and trying to maim or kill whoever's closest.
Sure. All right, make a shot.
Uh, 24.
Yeah, that absolutely hits. Especially, and you're real close to these people, so roll damage.
11. No, 12.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this guy, you unload a few shots into the closest Maelstrom, and it just goes right through their armor, and they crumple to the ground. They're unconscious. And then, so that's the end of your turn, and it goes right to Taharka.
Taharka's
Yeah.
like, he's like grabbing Marco and like trying to pull him towards some sort of cover.
Okay.
Before we both get shot. Our Jesus. Is there some like, can he pull him like back around the corner or something?
Yeah, you can run to the best cover you see is the alleyways. They've got dumpsters and other big, thick metal pieces of cover that you can get behind. If you're pulling Marco with you, that it will be your action, so you won't be able to get a shot off this turn.
That's fine. He'll pull Marco so that we're both getting behind cover.
Okay.
They're gonna start shooting at us.
Yeah. You successfully pull Marco behind cover. In that split second, Marco, we'll see the camera sees Marco pull out his Uzi, unleash a few shots into one of the Maelstrom, and then Taharka's hand just grabs him by the cuff and pulls him away, almost like that very Looney Tunes kind of sheep.
Yeah, yoinked.
Yeah, get yoinked out of frame as Taharka throws Marco behind cover. And Taharka was very smart to do that because it's the Maelstrom's turn and they're all taking shots at the two of you.
This is very slapstick. I wasn't expecting it to be like this.
I don't know what your definition of slapstick is. There are a lot of dead people right now. By a lot, I mean plural. So
they did come for us, though, did they not?
They did come.
Okay, so you ran a little bit, which means you're harder to hit this time. And they've got... Okay. So, 2 of them hit because they rolled criticals. In this situation, it doesn't do any extra damage. At least not right now because you're behind cover. But, even though you're behind cover, their criticals don't do any damage. Just because you're far enough away and behind cover. So, thankfully, you don't get shot. Because Taharka was smart and threw you behind a metal dumpster. So those bullets all ping and pang off of the dumpster and hit the brick walls of the warehouses around you, as well as the metal sheeting. And we make it back to metal. I'm assuming you're booking it for your car, yeah? Okay. You take your entire turn to get there. You find your car. You throw open the door, slam into the seat, and start that ignition sequence.
You're
and
muted, Melissa.
Yeah, I realized as he was talking. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's all you're just getting the car and getting ready to bring it out, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. So that's your entire turn. We get that scene, those close-up scenes of like from Mad Max Fury Road of Furiosa doing all of her ticks to get her truck started, but instead we see Metal in her what kind of car is Metal driving? I know we've described it as armor, but like, is there any kind of muscle car or otherwise that it's comparable to for our 21st century brains?
I do not know anything about cars.
That's all right.
Literally, like the only car I know is like a '66 Mustang. That's all.
Hell
I
yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
But I want a little more space in back than that. Actually, you know what? Hatchback. VW hatchback, but like souped up so it goes fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So with that, you slam into the car, and we see you doing all of your kind of tricks to make sure that the engine doesn't stall out, and the car, last we see of Metal in this situation, the car comes to life in its stereotypical roar of an engine. And we swing back to Marco, who's cowering behind this dumpster. What are you doing? Cowering, hiding behind this dumpster.
Cowering? That's a strong term, sir.
You're right.
Yeah, I am right. Thanks. I think he would kind of like, because he's got his Uzi and he like turns to Hark and is like, dude, did you see what Metal just fucking did, dude?
Fucking shoot!
Okay. And I think that with like the heightened like endorphins and shit, he'll kind of like pop around the corner and try to fucking shoot the nearest dude.
All right, go ahead.
It's another 24.
Yeah, you absolutely hit, especially with a submachine gun at this range. You hit, so roll that damage for me.
Nine.
That is just enough to drop him. You pop out of cover. You take a few new shots with your Uzi, and it just hits another Maelstrom square in the chest, and they crumple as the bullets impact their sternum and just wreck their internal organs. Do you want to do anything else? Do you want to move? Or are you just gonna stay in cover?
No, I don't think he's going to do anything else. Just staying in cover and like vibrating with energy, just like.
Yeah. This is the first firefight Marco's been in, right?
Ever, yeah.
Yeah. You get this kind of sense of tingling calm in your body of just like fight time, of things just kind of move slower as the adrenaline is just pumping through all of Marco's feelings, and you can even, your hand feels a little strange because you can feel the separation from your flesh body and your cybernetic body. And we kind of get a look on Marco's face in the camera of this realization of this pumping adrenal feeling. And we see just the shadow of Taharka move into action. What are you doing, Taharka?
What's further down this alley?
It looks like, similarly to the Weird Stuff alley, it looks like it curves around to behind the warehouse. Maybe goes up to a pier. You're not sure.
Okay. He'll keep it in mind, and he'll pop up and take a shot, and then drop back down.
All right, roll the hit.
He'll try and aim for somebody who might not have as much armor.
Okay. All right.
If he can figure out who has less armor.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a gut sort of thing. Yeah. So go ahead and roll me to hit. You're using a pistol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little harder for you to hit just because the distance has changed.
Yeah. 14.
Yeah. The distance is too far, and you pop out of cover. You quickly try to scan for who has less armor. You take that shot, and it just goes wide a little bit. And right as you stick back into cover, the 5 Maelstrom that are standing, who have taken cover behind the kind of angles of the corners of the warehouses, all fire at you. Yeah. Only one hits the dumpster. So the dumpster's defense for all of you is starting to go. It's starting to get a bunch of holes in it and punctures. So eventually this dumpster will be of no more use to you. But after all their shots, they're kind of barrage, each one taking a shot or two. It seems like they're all using pistols. We cut back to Metal pulling out, using the car to pull out of that parking spot and just kind of do that Tokyo drift, pulling out into the street. And unfortunately, just with all that movement getting out of the parking garage, that's where Metal's turn ends, with the car poised to head down that road and just maybe run some people over, or just pick some people up. But we go to Marco.
Oh, why not? But
Marco, you're up.
All right, he's gonna pop around the corner and try to take another shot at one of the goons.
Do it.
I should know this by now. 21.
Oh yeah, that absolutely hits. Roll me damage again.
11.
Yeah, you down another one. You just pop around the corner, letting that burst from the Uzi go. Even if we're not rolling with a burst, I'm just doing it for flavor. But you rake a few shots across another Maelstrom, just ripping their torso to pieces. You see flesh pop and fly from the entry wounds, and you can't see their back. But something tells you it's a lot worse. As they fall down to the ground, the blood just starting to pool around them immediately. Are you moving at all? Are you staying put?
Getting back into cover.
Okay, yeah. And Taharka, you're up.
Marco, when that car gets here, I need you to go. Book it.
Got it.
And he'll pop up again, and he'll take another shot.
Sure. Go ahead. Roll the hit.
Let's see if the dice are with me. That is lower. That's an 11.
Yeah. No, it pings off the brick of the corner of the warehouse, and you jump back into cover. And the 4 that are left take their shots. Okay, there's one that hits. It hits you, Taharka. What is your armor?
I have 20 head and 18 body. Spraying for the good stuff. I think it's the nylon helmet and a heavy armor jacket.
Yep.
So like all of his it's supposed to be stylized as though it's like a big sort of puffy winter jacket, but it's actually got a lot more defense underneath.
Yeah, so you don't take any damage, but your body armor goes down in 1 value.
Goes to
Down.
1?
No, it
But
goes
how much
down.
it-
It goes down by 1.
By 1, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So you get hit in the chest as you pull up to shoot and miss, and one of the Maelstrom takes that opportunity and hits you square in the chest. You feel that bruise of that impact of that kinetic force hitting your chest, but you're okay. You're thankful you bought that vest that jacket a while ago, and you hit back down into cover. Hey, Metal, what are you doing? You see 4 Maelstrom all stacked up against the walls of these 2 warehouses in a firefight, shooting at what you could only assume to be Marco and Taharka. So what are you doing?
Driving.
Are you gonna run some people over?
That depends on them.
All right. So all right.
So yeah, if they stay where they are, then they might
Okay.
get run over.
Roll
by
me
my
a
car.
driving test. Driving. skill.
Driving. Let me move these out of the way. Oh, also because I have Tech Link,
Okay.
Vehicle Link gets +2 on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that is a lot. 24.
Yeah, this was going to be easy for you either way anyway. So you pull that car up. It's armored. You're not worried about scraping a little bit. And you just kind of go to bring that side of the car right up against these Maelstrom, pinning them against the wall. And I'm going to roll for them to see if they have some brains. Okay, 2 do make it get out of the way just in time. But the last 2, you pin your car. You pin them against the wall with your car, crushing their lower body as they're just that trauma and the just immense pressure from the weight of your car and the speed you were going just eviscerates them, and quickly, just void of life, these 2 bodies crumple on top of your car because they have no space where else to go. So Marco, this car just shows up and pins these people against the wall, eviscerating them. And you see the familiar Metal's car in the alleyway, but in between you and the car are 2 Maelstrom that have jumped into the alley. But now they are not behind cover.
Can I run and gun? I want to run to the car, but try to hit
Sure.
one
It's going to
of
be a
them.
little bit harder, but you can definitely do it.
Well, maybe not run. He's day walking, like, the type of walking that people do when they have their weapon raised. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
yes,
Okay, yep.
day walking.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. 24.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely hits. Roll me that damage.
12.
Yep. Another one down. There's only 1 left standing as you're walking towards him, Taharka.
Taharka will step out from behind cover and just...
Yep. Roll that damage. Are you aiming for the head?
Fuck it, yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Give me that roll.
Fuck it. That is a 16. I will... if I remember this correctly, we can use some of our luck to boost our...
Yes, you can.
rolls.
Yeah, it is.
He will use... fuck it. He'll use all 7 of his luck to boost the roll.
You'll need 5 to hit.
He'll need 5? Yeah,
Yep,
then
only
he'll
5.
use 5.
Yep. So you
So
ahead.
total is 7, 5.
it's 15. Because you rolled a
Okay.
16. It takes -6. You need a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
So you use your 5 luck.
Okay.
All right. So roll damage for me real quick. I'm pretty sure what this is gonna be, but just wanna make sure.
It is 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Describe to me how Taharka takes this man out.
He just raises the gun. He looks the guy in the eyes and he just pulls the trigger twice.
Yep. After stumbling, getting away from that car, smashing against the wall, and his friend getting gunned down right next to him, the cybernetically enhanced face of this Maelstrom looks up at you almost innocently. And the face just crumples in from the impact of your bullets and falls to the ground dead. And the three of you are left with Metal's car waiting.
Taharka will casually step over the body and give it a kick. Fucking Nazis. And go check and see whether or not the bags they took from weird stuff are in the back of their truck.
Same. I wanted to do that too.
Yeah, so go ahead, Marco.
I was just going to say Marco would try to go see if that union worker is still in that alley.
Yeah, okay, so while Taharka and Metal head over to the truck, Marco heads over to the alley, and we'll go to Marco first. Marco, you head in the alley and you find the worker, and his head has been caved in by a boot. There was nothing you could have done.
Cool. I think he just says that to himself because, like, this shit again. I think he'll try to, like, not giving a shit about the blood. I think he'll try to fireman carry the guy and try to bring him out so that they can, so he can be returned to his family and loved ones or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, you make your way. Marco brings the body of the man out into the street and leaves him there. Taharka and Metal, you make your way over to the truck, and you do find the bags that they took from weird stuff. You also find a few other bags of goods that the Maelstroms seem to have lifted off of people in the East Marina. You also see in the back a familiar young woman tied up, roughed up a little bit, definitely. But as we see the kind of reverse trunk shot made famous by Tarantino, where we're over the shoulder of Taharka and Metal as they open up the back of this repurposed half-track and just see Blaze tied up with what looks like duct tape and a few other things, almost hog-tied. The light cascading onto her, and we'll fade out on that shot, and we'll end the session there.
All right.
So with that, we come to the end of Cyberpunk Red Ascendancy Episode 3. A little bit more of an action-packed episode today. Glad you all can join us. So we're going to go around and reintroduce ourselves and where you can find us. So, Melissa, why don't you start us off?
I'm Melissa, and you can find me at So Much Geek. It's now below me around here, I think. So you can find me at So Much Geek on Twitter and also Instagram, and I do things, yeah.
Awesome. Ben.
What's up? I'm Ben. You can find me at pretty much any social media as Benbo Kenobi. Lately, I've been posting a lot of political stuff, some drawings, shit posts. You know how it is. Gotta keep things funny in today's day and age if you're gonna survive. Yeah, that's me.
And Ark finishes off.
Hi, you can find me at Arc Dragon Breath all across the internet, Instagram, Twitter, other places. I am going to try and post more tabletop stuff. Kudos to anybody who is also trying to do NaNoWriMo this month, because I am trying and it's working the way it should be. Fuck this first month. First week. I said it the right way. First month of November. But stay safe. Find something good to keep you occupied for the next couple days while we wait for news, and enjoy, guys.
And everyone, my name's Cameron. You can find me at worldsmith_cam on Twitter. Make sure to follow this Twitch channel, follow WorldSmithCam and WorldSmith Games on Twitter for more news about Cyberpunk Ascendancy. Few notes: Cyberpunk Red, the game that we're using, comes out officially in I believe in a week and some change. So also shout out to our Talsorian Games, who are the designers and makers of this wonderful game. Tougher time right now. There's a lot that's going on that's stressing people out and making sure that we're all in rough spots. Make sure to take care of yourselves, of your mental health. Stay off of social media if you need to, even after we all told you to follow us and everything like that. Stay away from news. Do things that make you feel good, and try to be productive as much as you can. We are nothing without each other, and the future depends on you and us, and we have to work together. We care about you. We hope you're doing well, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.